For some people, getting world conquest is easy. For some people, talking to girls is hard. Usually, they are the same person. So if you want to impress a girl but is still struggling with that, simple, get good. I mean, play the Timurids. Or at least is that what the script say. The Timurids has a quite unique starting situation. Start with 5 vassals and a lot of cars all around the place. The first thing they need to do is to placate our vassals. And in order to accomplish that, we will be going for the lenient taxation government mechanic that our Ipta and Indian Sultanate do have as mechanic that will give us +1 in diplomatic reputation and a bit of liberty inside as well. Also, in order to boost that a little bit more, we'll be going to choose our cheap advisor that we start on. That is the diplomatic reputation guy, is a level 2 for all the 2 ducats, is a pretty good deal, and our vassals are pretty much already loyal, so we can finally start doing some states. For the ulema, give the mana privilege. The clerical minister, we're gonna use a bit of piety. The religious diplomat, +1 diplomatic reputations is always good. Establish religious school in order to not spend any admin in order to get your unique religious mechanic, and last but not least, the oversight by the ulema in order to get a bit more of loyalty. For the amirs, we'll start by giving the strong duchies that will bring all the liberty desired below 40, and we can already complete our first mission, that is the Timurid leadership. We gain some military power and some prestige. Now we can give some more things, such as the mana privilege, the supremacy over the crown, and if you really do think that you need it, the army officer rights, a free general is always good. Now as for the merchants, the land of commerce, the free enterprise for the equilibrium and a bit of influence, the bookkeeping because it's a really good privilege, and we'll be already giving away the in-depth to the merchants guild. For the Demi, we really want to grant some Demi liberties, the Demi autonomy that will make our heathen province don't cause swords any religious unity anymore, the high Demi tax because it will be pretty useful later on, and we can promote some Demi education to get some more influence that will be pretty useful when our Demi is loyal because they will give us tax discount. Now we can already sum the diet, choose the one that is best for you. I'll be going for the one that gave me a subjugation CB on Baluchistan. We're gonna to be declaring on them sooner than later, seize the land, and you can see that we could have some problems with Tanzania now, but as soon as we do our war against Ajam, that it will be pretty much full annexing in just the first war, that it will be a no problem anymore. Our rivals, you will be pretty much rival always Mamluks and Delhi. If Ajam did rival you, you can rival them back, but that's normally not the case. The only thing that we need to be aware of is the situation about Shahrukh dying. If Shahrukh die before you can conquer Ajam, I strongly recommend that you just restart the game. If Shahrukh die in the middle of the war, that will be pretty bad, not gonna lie, but it's nothing that you can't deal with. So in order to do the war sooner than later, I will be already moving my troops into the border of Ajam and also recruiting a free company here in Yazd. For our subjects, we'll be setting all focus of them to siege, and now I do really need to explain a couple of things. For your diplomacy, we have a lot of good options as allies. I always like to go for Jampur and send a royal marriage to the Ottomans, because as soon as our diplomat got back and they become friendly with us, we can pretty much just grab a Ottoman alliance here pretty easy. And my last diplomat will be building improved relation with Dawazir, because if we can manage to ally them and vassalize them, that is easier than you might think. We can get for free minus 10% aggressive expansion impact, and believe it or not, Timurids is a major power in the matter of vassalizing people. So we can have a pretty big vassal swarm for pretty much nothing. We do have a pretty decent force limit because of our vassals and a decent size manpower pool. And we do start with a shadow of a general that will not be using, so make your her a general. Oh, my her is even better, but the one that you have might not be the same. We can assign our son as our general and also do some decisions here. I'll be adopting the title of Khalifa and the denounce of Caesar practice. I'm not doing that one here because we're going for the legalist path. Always go legalist. That cost and manpower without fire is really massive, and I'll be also grant some admiralship here. And now apparently we have 2 really decent generals. Grab an admin advisor, the cheaper guy that you start, Jami, that is a stability cost modifier, and also if you can a military advisor, a morale or a discipline. You'll be start losing a couple of ducats, but you don't need to care that much. As soon as we do conquest Ajam, our economy will be good again. And as soon as we unpause the game, also we'll be getting the Gateway Storm event. That's pretty much the aging ruler of the Timurid Empire, Shahrukh, has been used since the beginning of 4044. Pretty much, as soon as Shahrukh die, our subjects will be extremely disloyal because we will be losing their unique modifier the Empire of Shahrukh has here, minus 50% liberty desire. And if you do look here, pretty much the only one that will be still loyal is Kurdistan, so we need to act quicken in consolidating or holding. As soon as we got a free company, we can also get the build force limit, and you can pretty much click our missions as soon as you get them, because as soon as we do form the Mughal Empire, we'll be changing our mission tree, and that on here will be useless. So try to complete the most of them that you can. As soon as your diplomats are back, I do recommend that you send the alliance to the Wazir and right away declare on Ajam. You'll be going for the province that has the most dev. That one being Tehran is 14 dev. I will be completing both Nogai and Chiva just because they're not bringing anyone else into the war, and if I do like to take some things from Nogai or maybe even vassalize Chivan, doing that by coalition, that is cheaper. What I can say here in that war that you really don't want to come here, because that one here is a level 3 for a mountain 4, so it's really easy to get wiped. Pretty much here you'll be assigning Transoxiana to go, and as soon as the war starts, our subjects should be loyal again, and even if Charuk die in the middle of the war, they will not be able to rebel against you anymore. So I'll be setting my general here that has the most siege as the free company and go right away to Khan and bring my other troops in the borders. So if they try to engage here me and Kun to defend their capital, I'll be having the reinforcements to do that. And what you will be always doing is accept all the royal marriage that you have relations with, such as the one here that was here, and don't send a royal marriage to your subjects, because as soon as your ruler die, you'll be losing the royal marriage and also lose the liberty design modifier that a royal marriage will bring on. So just wait for them to royal marriage you. That will happen eventually, because they kinda can't royal marriage anyone else. Oh, that one is bad. Apparently, for some reason, the Mamluks start supporting the independence of Transoxiana, even if they are loyal. Not so sure, that is a bug that a recent patch comes with, so that's bad. That's pretty bad, and I'm not gonna lie. If that thing happens, blame Paradox, not me, please. Look that they are trying to get the land of my vassal here first, but the capital is a mountain province, so just stand by that will make them run away, and they won't be having the guts to engage us, because if you do take the battle in a mountain 4, you'll be winning no matter what. So we can even help our vassal here that is engaging that battle. They will be fighting us in a mountain, and we do even have the number advantage, so look at how much we decimate them. And I do take the capital, so I'll be using my master stack to take the other forts and rip. So let's try to engage in a couple of more battles if we can. Look at them trying to snake the capital of my vassal. Sir, I don't think that's not your rightful land. Can you please go away? Yeah, thank you very much. And as soon as we get 150 opinion with that was here, we can take this cooler here for free, because we do give the right privilege. So now our conquests have minus 10% the aggressive expansion impact, and as soon as we get the age of discovery ability of minus 10% for the justified wars, our wars will be having minus 20% right from the bat. And I do think that as soon as I win the fight here, that will be done for good. Yep. That's a big wipe. And remember, I was trying to engage the stack there separately, so we can pretty much wipe all the shit out in our place. And for Nogai, since I do coalition, then I'll be taking that 3 province here all the way to Shakti, because Shakti is a province that we can release Kazakh off. And look at that, Kazakh have a fat reconquest against Uzbek, so we kinda want that. A couple of ducats if they willing to, 130 ducats, that is really nice. And now we can focus on only Ajam and Shirvan. Shirvan is being attacked by the Karakoyunlu, so they will be eventually have the actor going all the way to low, so we can just white piece them. Oh! Rip with a little bit of carpet siege and killing some minus tech that just got recruited. And even if they do start with 128 war score, we can even like that full annex them, because we do decide that Tehran was our war goal. So take all the Ajam land and Yazul, a couple of ducats as well if we can, and we will be inherit the 2 vassals here. Now they are all vassals, and we kinda need to work a little bit more on that. But because that land here is our workhorse, we don't even need to pay for anything here in Persia. I will be just releasing a vassal all the way here. I did record that thing because I was planning to release. I'll be releasing Kazakh and also give the other province for him, one here. So I have a big reconquest around here with both Transoxiana and Kazakh. My vassals even start to send me a royal marriage offer. So we can also complete another 4 missions that expand Timurids. That is one of the base missions that will pretty much just improve our capital a little bit more and make it cheaper to have. That will be using in fact to spawn the Renaissance. And now that our war is finally done, we can ally the Ottomans, so we have a big ally here, and make all the things that we just conquer our rightful states. And look, our economy is just 60 ducats when they come Montic realm, 9 ducats already, and they will be getting even better. So we can start work all the way here. And in order to speed up our conquest in India a little bit more, I will be recruiting the Grand Company here in the border of Afghanistan. And what I'll be doing here, most people don't like it. I'll be seizing land for Afghan, the one that I don't have a card on, that is raw. So as soon as I got admin for that, I can make raw my capital, but that's not the deal here. We can get the India raid mission that will be giving us some morale of army, manpower, recovery speed, but more important, a really good general and a cup of clays here that we can just use in order to get to Delhi faster. So let's just the day pass. Let's cancel, do that again, and we can fight the Kashmir here with Gujarat as their ally. I do think that we are not able to get down, so just do that and go all the way there with our new general that's a child of a general. So let's just hit them. That one here should be a part of this war with no much attached to that. Just tech wipe their army and let your vassal siege the thing. I'll be sending the Zoxayana to siege Kashmir here. They will be just staying the province and take the loss of the attrition for us while we do kill their army. And of course, always use your mercenary stack if you can. Oh, that was a big wipe. And in the meantime, I'll be already started building a spirit work in Delhi, because as soon as we finish the war here, we'll be greeting on Delhi. And what you need to do in the meantime is to start improving relations with all our vassals, because as soon as we hit the date that we can start integrate them, that is the 1st of January of 45th war, we'll be starting to integrate all of them at once. Well, at least most of them at once. So the order that I struggle mandatory to improve is with Transoxiana, with Afghanistan, and then with Fars. And for Guji, we kinda just want them to be peace out of the war, so we also get some money as well. And some prestige if you can, because why not, right? So just have taken down Kashmir now and full annex them. They will be full annex and a couple of ducats as well if you can, because it's... Oh, I take the province. Okay, that was a good timing. Out the province, out the money, just that. Now we can make some cars around here and start to fight Delhi, that has Chagatai and CD as ally, and yeah, that's usually the thing. Normally they do ally both of them, but I will be waiting a little bit because I kinda want to seize land before fighting Delhi. And as your third vassal that you will be starting improving is of course Fars, because one of missions here you will be getting us a lot of ducats for just integrating them. And remember, because we do have cards on them, it's free to integrate, and I do like free stuff. And look, all my vassals start to send me royal marriage, just accept them. In the meantime, start to improve me with also Dawazir, because right now we are already big enough to just vassalize them, and that will be free stuff. Oh, and just like I was saying, Sharuk just died. Both Afghan and Transoxiana are disloyal, but because they royal marriage me and not the other way around, I still have them as a royal marriage. So from Afghan, I'll be just paying off the lab and placate the ruler once, and for Transoxiana, I'll be paying that and placate the ruler thrice even. Now they are all loyal, I have a lot of land, and that's not a problem. I just have a bit less stability than I would like into, but as soon as we do complete our cars here, I can just boost that up again, and that will be no big issue. Okay, now land seized. Now we can finally go after the Delhi. Remember, Chagatai and CD will be joining the war, but we can also call one of our allies, that is Jampur, but remember, don't call them yet, because if you do call them, they will be occupying Delhi and maybe want to take Delhi for themselves. And in order to form the Mughal Empire, we need to have one of the 3 provinces here and Delhi. So the only one that we really specifically need to occupy by ourselves is Delhi. So once you do get to Delhi, then you can call your ally. Right now I'll be declaring for better, because it's a province that can easily go for, and we do even have the number advantage. So I'll be just sending my mercenary stack here to send here, and my manpower stack to Lahore and set the capital of Chagatai for my vassal Transoxiana, so they will be bleed out their manpower and not mine. And even if you are at war, when you get Dawazir to 109 opinion, we can offer vassalization for them, and then they will even join your war. Transoxiana will be a bit mad of that, but I can just placate them a little bit, and they are all loyal again. And we even get a massive amount of money for just our vassals, is 7 ducats for just vassals. That is brutal, man. And now that we already pretty much occupied the entire of Delhi, we can go all the way here to Jammu and call them to the war, so they will help to deal with their Delhi valleys such as Chagatai, Yarkand, that is a vassal of Chagatai, and Sindh, that is just a pain in the ass sometimes. And they're all even trying to take the province of my vassal here, so let's just stop them before they can do it. Okay, I didn't manage to get them before they took the province, so at least I will be defending the mountain capital for Afghanistan. I expect to see a lot of, that's a lot of casualties. Now we just need to defend our vassal a little bit, and if we can manage to engage with them, or maybe we can run after them and oh, that will be a wipe. Yep, exactly. So send my troops to the other province in order to peace out Sindh as soon as I can. For then I'll be taking money, war operations as well, because we kind of need ducats now. And in the meantime, I using my auto stack here, my manpower want to deal with my rebels that will eventually rise up in your campaign as well, because Timurids normally used to have a lot of rebels, and that's not much that you can do about it, other than just kill them, of course. Scene out, and that's already enough to just take the thing that we needed for Delhi. So we'll be finished with also a couple of ducats if we can. Coalition wise, no one's scared for now, so later we'll be changing that. I'll be taking Lahore, Doab, Sindh, Panipat, and Delhi in our first conquest. For the province that we just took, remember, you don't want to cut out of them. You want to call Delhi and Lahore, Doab, or Sindh, the one that's cheaper for you. Look at that, we kinda just need one of the provinces here, being Lahore, Doab, or Central Doab is the one here. So I'll be calling Doab here, and as soon as we call that, you'll be able to form the Mughals. That will give us right from the bat 25% core creation cost, so that course here will be even cheaper. We'll have a couple of overextension for a while, but that's no big of a deal. Just let your mercenaries deal with the rebels. They have a lot of manpower to burn at the end of the day. So now we just need to work a little bit into our vessels. My first integration will be from Transoxiana, that's a bit disloyal, Fars, and Luristan. Will be that 3 here, because Transoxiana, they're allied themselves to Afghanistan, so they are sharing now they are sharing the liberty desire with also the Mamluks. So if I do integrate Transoxiana, the Mamluks will be not intervening anymore, so we can just working on other subjects as the times go on. And for Transoxiana, what I'll be doing is to set some dev here in order to make them a bit more loyal, and you're not spending anything, and you'll be integrating just one. Look at that, 100% already. So before integrating, remember what you need to do is to set the state privilege of army integration policy, because that will be disabling the diplomatic reputation penalty for annexing subjects. Now look at our subjects, liberty desire. Now pretty much only Afghanistan is loyal right now, but as soon as we start integrating our dudes, they will be not slow anymore. Now we integrate both Khorasan and Fars, and then we'll be going for Luristan, Afghan, Sistan. I'll be start integrating, and then Ardalan. And what you can already do in the meantime is to set your focus into administrative, because we kinda need to figure out our admin tag, and when we do get tag 5, you'll be getting also start filling out the administrative ideas, because the 25 core creation cost for here, mix it together with the 25 core creation cost for our tradition as the Mughals, we get it right from the bat, half cost cars in all the land. And when we do conquer a province with a permanent claim, that will be pretty much the entire of India, you'll be making your cars for pretty much 75% cheaper. You know, that's kind of broken. And when you do get your first government reform, don't do anything, just wait for forming Mughals. Believe me, you'll be worth it, and I'll explain in just a bit, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, what we'll be already doing is dismissing my alliance with Jampur, because as soon as we can, we'll be fighting them as well as most of the Indian nations. So what we can do is to start in privileges with our for the Indian southern nations such as Vijay or Bahamanes, they will be useful. And by getting another stability, we can stabilize the Timurids, control the eastern steppe, that is just some clans in province that we already have, but we can take the western steppe that will be giving us some shock damage and admin power. So we pretty much just took back the admin that will be spending in taking our stability, and pretty much for free again, plus 15% shock damage that will be massive in your following conquest. And for the first idea group, I'll be getting admin, like I said before. That is pretty much the only idea that Mughals really needed, and your second or third idea you can take whatever you feel like it. But we can start to see which nations will be like to be vassalized for us. Look, there's a lot of nations, so I'll be starting improving some relations here and there, mainly in Arabia, such as the Mare, Medina, in order to block the Mamluks. And as soon as I do vassalize Medina, I'll be also going for Mughals, because that will be also to block the Mamluks. I don't like that, guys. And with pen pad form, we can finally form the Mughal Empire as soon as we make Delhi into a state. So look at that, that's a beautiful green. Yes, take traditions ambition. A lot of privilege here will be changed, your states in general will be changing, and we got a free government form here, that's the Mughal Divan. When we do full conquer a culture, we assimilate them into administration, giving us some permanent bonus such as the one here in Hindustani, that is 10% more calculation cost. But the most important part, that will be considered accepted culture even if we just don't conquer the whole culture group. When we do full conquer the whole culture group is where you do get a permanent modifier. Now our capital is here in Delhi as well, and our government, we do still have the unique government interactions of Iqtar and the Indian Sultanate, but by being an Indian Sultanate, we have +3 tolerance of heathens, pretty much more than ever. Heathens don't bother us anymore. We do get some more 3 states here and lose the merchants, pretty much the Rajputs, that will give us some Rajput regiment, one of the strongest unit in the game, increase Rajput autonomy, grant Rajput minister right, and when we do get the armed tradition to do so, we also get the Rajput officer corps. For the Brahmins, give the Brahmins legitimacy to rule, they guarantee Brahmin autonomy, the Brahmins education, and the Brahmin council. For the Jains, give them mana privilege, the Jain clerical class, they promote Jain bookkeeping, and last but not least, the Jain's liberties. The third, and for your third government form, because the second one pretty much just took it itself, we can go with either representative of the crown if you kinda want a vassal sword game, or expand royal curse if you really want to go nuts and take a pretty chunk of India really early. It's up to you. And for new missions, we kinda have a lot of conquest focused thing. I will be going for the Hindav culture group right now, because if you just conquer that province here, we get a permanent minus 10% calculation cost. Our ideas now is 20% cavalry compatibility and 25% calculation cost, some discipline, unrest, which is always useful, 10% idea cost, some free policy for the military, some tax, which is okay, I guess, prestige, and when we do complete, we'll be getting also tech costs. I'll be using some of our clans here and declare for Latk as soon as the monthly come and I can fight them already. Sang will be joining, but I don't care about that. Let's just call my diplomat back and start to do some consolidation. Let me just send my free company for the capital. Gujay, could you please give me some access so I can kill your neighbors? Thank you very much. That's another vassal. So now I just need to deal with Sang. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. When we do integrate our vassals and you do for Mughals, we need to also give again the strong duchies that will be taken away for you. Oh, and look at that, another vassal. And when you're using a nation that have some cavalry modifiers, what I recommend you to use as your combat with 12 infantry, 4 cavalry. If you have more cavalry infantry ratios, such as any certain nation, you can go a little bit more over that, but I really don't think it's needed. I'll be just doing that template with all my stacks, recruiting some cavalry even. So 3 main manpower stack and 2 mercenary stack here is enough to pretty much be the entire of India. And in the meantime, what I be doing is improve relations with the nations here. I improve relations with Hadramut right now, and I did improve with Mughals. As soon as the war is over, I'll be aligning Mughals and make them my vassal and do the same with Hadramut. So we'll be pretty much conquer the entire of Arabia without even declaring a war. And now that the sun capital just fell, I'll be taking taking money, war operation, and dismantle some of the relations here because that will be extra prestige that we can use. And for Ladakh, well man, you're not feeling that hot anymore, are you? And when you see that you can rival Ming, you know that you're doing something well, or Ming is just dying. And because we did form the Mughals and change our tech group to the Indian, as soon as we pick our next meal tech and we change our unit pip, we already have some fire pips. So when we do fight other nations such as Baluchistan that has only the Muslim tech group, you'll be dealing a massive amount of damage now, which I will be right away using your subjugation CB that we got in the beginning from the state. If you don't get the subjugation CB, you can pretty much just conquer them, but I will be using the subjugate in order to be able to vassalize them by cheaper, not spending any diplo. And since they are the defender of a war against Britain, when we do vassalize them, you will gain the control of the war and will be directly fight Britain, thus avoiding the alliance network that they have with Champur, because we kinda want to fight Champur directly as well. And the poor bastard is even attacking my mountain fort. And I will be also set the problems of the nation that I didn't vassalize in Arabia to vital interests and set them to hostile attitude, so in this way my vassals will start to make some clans here that I can use to just conquer that before the Mamluks reach them. Okay, that was a bit unfortunate in your case, but Baluchistan got peace out for just 2 provinces, so now when we do vassalize them, we will not be getting into a war, but it will still be a good thing, because there will be less aggressive expansion and we will be strong with that in just a little. Pretty much our expansion path right now will be guided towards culture groups. When we do full annex the Hindustani that has problems of Delhi, Multan, Jampur, and even a couple of Mawa, we'll be getting even more core creation costs, guaranteed us a son of pretty much 6% in all province. And when we do conquer a province that has a Parama clan, you'll be 85%, and with your government ability that can give us more 5% core creation cost, that is already the cap of the game, 9%, and that's not even 1500. And in order to achieve our core creation cap sooner than later, I'll be right away also declaring for the conquest of Chenpu. I'll be declaring for the province of Sandhao and Coalition Moon, because we'll not bring anyone else into the war, and they do have some provinces that we need to get in order to unify the Hindustan culture. We are ahead on time on tech as well, so should be a pretty easy war. And from now on, our wars should be pretty easy as well. So let me just send my mercs into the fort and use my other stacks to kill their dudes. 100% legal. You mean free the base currency, right? And the money that I just got, let me build some mosques and some marketplace here and there. Our economy should be great. You're really trying to siege my capital? That's not allowed. That's illegal. Oh, and Central even foul, huh? Is that another free the base? Mr. Jampur, I hear that your capital is really great at this time of year, so let me take a closer look. Please? Can you please stop trying to take your stuff back? That is kinda embarrassing. And for Baluchistan, we kinda just need the vassal and the money if they are willing to give us. Also, let me take a little bit less money and end on for rivals. Multan will be our vassal cards and the full annexation, because that is all Hindustani province. Monies as well, please. Coalition wise, coalition is just a state of mind. And we are already pretty much not paying anything for the cars. If you do consolidated dev here, is 86 admin for 6 province, which is pretty much nothing. And not gonna lie, for a second I forgot that Gujarat was in the war. Yeah, that kinda happens sometimes. So since I chill if we exist a little bit more, what about just a couple of ducats and you'll leave the war? Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I got can please we do the same? Event that I'll be also annex you anyway. Poor bastard, he cannot even see that coming. Like, literally, he cannot even see that. With the power of friendship and free company, we can already piece out Jampur for all the province here. I'll be just pretty much make a line in order to encircle our culture group so no one else can take it, and we can try to unify that sooner than later. 238 to core all of the province. Pretty please, coalition, no one that matter. So yeah. Thank you, Mr. Jampur. I will conquer you again soon. Let me concentrate all the dev that I can here. And now that was just 186 enemy to core out, huh? But since should be no rest for the weekend, let's attack some emirates here. Please, my vassals, do your thing, swarm them. Dali, honey, is that time on here again? So let me just quick wipe you. Oh, yep, that was quick. And occupy everything before you can recruit your troops. Get carpet, son. For our age ability, of course, justified wars. Seeing that just want a white piece, then I'll be conquering you later. That's it, I'll be giving out to Radamut. I'll take a couple of ducats, of course. And Chartai will be annulling the treaties with Uzbek so we can get our Kazakh reconquest here without needing to borrow them. Maybe a couple of ducats as well if I can. Yes, thank you very much. So that leave only that in the war, that I will be pretty much full annexing and take a couple of ducats. Coalition wise, I don't care, and you shouldn't as well, because you'll be pretty much fighting Hindu and Muslim nations only, and then thereof India will be anyway declaring on them. If you don't play your cards correctly, you can pretty much just avoid a coalition. Such, look here, Mawa can enter a coalition against me and have a massive amount of aggressive expansion, but if I can just declare on them, they will not be able to do any shit about me. Besides, we kinda just need to annex them. You have to unify your culture group. We need to fight them anyway, you know? But that's pretty much it about the Mughals. We just fight west, we just fight the east, we just fight west again, and just fight west again. Remember, you always need to focus on one culture group by time, not only because of aggressive expansion, because if you don't know that yet, if you declare a nation that has the same culture group as other nation, when you do conquer the province, the other nation will be a bit pissed about that. It's like when you are conquering the Italian province, and tired of Italy entering a coalition against you, you probably have already felt that at one point. So if you just fight one culture group and one religion at a time and just ally some other guys such as VJ here, so when I do indeed fight the Hindu nations, VJ will not care that much either. So we can just conquer everyone. We have one of the best incomes in the world. We are a number 2 great power, but only because we did embrace the institution yet. But then while you work on that here in Delhi, idea wise you'll be feeling admin and then going for Diplo. The third one is up to you. I really like going for religious, you have to get CB on everyone, but you can go for an offensive as a military one, which do work really well because we do have indeed the Rajputs as our states. And speaking of Rajputs, later on you'll be wanting to recruit the Rajputs unit because they are really powerful. But right now it's just 4 of force limit, so it's not that big of a deal. Eventually, when we do get the reform problems of the Rajput military leadership and the government probias register, our units will be busted. So if you enjoyed the guide, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing as well. Like I said, I am trying to reach 100 subs into the end of July, so please help me with that. And since you're already here, click another video. It's later that, you know.